Yet another weekend is upon us. We are back, and welcome to the new episode of the podcast. For those that are new listeners, welcome. To all those that are actually returning listeners, welcome back. You guys are actually dope. You're actually amazing. So, how I normally set up my place is that I actually have a ring light in front of me. Since now I'm doing visual, and yeah, my phone. I use an old phone, a dinosaur phone, which is like an iPhone 6. Yeah, people don't have that anymore, to be honest. Like, they don't have that anymore. In essence, it doesn't count as an iPhone anymore. It's just, let's just count it as an Android at this point. It's an Android. I use an Android, an old one. It's okay, it's cool. But yeah, welcome to everyone that is new, and yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully you will follow the podcast. Hopefully you will subscribe to the podcast. We have a lot that we have to talk about, and yeah, it's really a lot. Like, it's a lot. A lot has happened, and we're gonna start with more of like the recent ones, and then we're gonna work our way up. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it does. To a lot of people. But yeah, the latest one is the show. You all know the show. It's actually like trending on Twitter. A lot. It's just like people are mad, people are happy, people are excited, people are fascinated, people are like, I don't even know how to actually describe how people are right now. But yeah, MacG actually had a podcast that he dropped an episode whereby he was with Wandi Ndlovu. I think if I actually catch the surname wrong, you have a right to actually correct me, because yeah, I'm new to this podcasting thing, and I would really like use your feedback. But yeah, it's Wandi, right? I'm sure that it's Wandi. And Wandi did a lot of stuff on camera. Okay, or not on camera, but the sound was on camera, and it's crazy. I'm going to pick the routes that is like the most difficult to pick, especially because this is a huge and big podcast. Probably is a lot of people that actually follow the podcast, so a lot of people are gonna be against what I'm gonna say right now. And yeah, I'm not happy, I'm not excited about the episode, and I've been a chiller since way back, since like MacG, like they were by the pool, with Kanye, since those days. So I just wanna put that out there. It's just like, it's like when you're actually like gonna say something that's gonna piss people off, so you start by trying to make sure that they know that you're not really trying to hate, you're not really trying to catch the smoke, you're trying to be nice, but at the same time you're gonna put in something that is not really as something that is going to massage how they think or feel. But yeah, man, it was for me it was disgraceful to actually watch that episode. It was difficult to watch it, and it's a new thing. It actually puts meaning to the song by Aries, whereby the song with Maphorisa, Aries and J Jody, the one that says, just trying to find something, to die for, I think, to live for, and he actually spoke about how fame is some way, how it affects you, and everything. And it's crazy that I know right now, there's this controversy that the podcast is trying to like stir up so that they can actually like get a lot of traffic and like get a lot of subscribers before June. Is it July? Yeah, before their event, at Sadbet Arena. But it's disgraceful that we have to do this to actually like achieve greatness. It's also gonna shape the podcast in a different kind of way, because I know MacG is a family person. He actually says it every time, like, don't expect me to act in a particular way just because I discuss such things on the episode, like things like writers and stuff like that. He actually like then comes and like warn chillers whenever they come, don't call my wife or my girlfriend a roadkill and stuff like that. But at the same time, now that this episode has put a certain direction towards where it's gonna go, and it has pulled a lot of people, perverts, to actually like put it, who are actually like for this kind of stuff, and they're actually gonna come to him face to face, like in real life, and actually assume that he is that kind of person. And now it's sad because now he has a daughter, right, and he also has a girlfriend, right, so it's gonna be a whole different kind of vibe and whole different kind of things. And I don't think this is an energy that MacG wanted to bring, or has been wanting to bring all along. But he has brought it right now, and it's gonna affect how it's gonna the podcast is gonna go going forward. I have to put that out there. You just the energy that you bring, like YouTube is like, you need to be yourself. That's why they say you need to be yourself, because if you are yourself, you're not gonna bring people that are gonna make YouTube being so difficult for you and your life so difficult for you, because it's real, man. Like, it's real. As soon as you build a family, you're building a family of like likeness. Whatever energy you're putting out there, you're gonna bring those kind of people that have that energy to your whole surroundings and your whole family and stuff like that. And so it's gonna affect you. Like, trust me, I know. I did some reactions to music, and there was this country that I won't put out there, but I was reacting to their music, and they started demanding, like they started being harsh and everything like that. Like, they enjoyed my videos, my reactions, but it was like the energy was just like entitlement, like entitledness. I don't know, I guess it's all about YouTube and stuff like that. But for me, it got to me. It was like, no, I'm not gonna do something if it's gonna like feel like it's a job right now. It's gonna feel like I'm forced to accept some kind of vibes and stuff like that. So it's knowing how what kind of fathers that they want to be and stuff like that. I feel like it's like what they've brought is gonna stay obviously on the internet, because like you can never delete something once you put it on the internet. It's always gonna be there. The daughters are gonna grow and they're gonna watch such kind of stuff. I know, I'm sad also that DJ Smooth actually came and endorsed such a behavior, and a lot of people are actually endorsing such a behavior. But I think down in the line, like in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, their children are gonna watch this kind of stuff, and they're gonna think that's daddy, right? And that's my father. That is what my father did. That's what my father put out there in the middle of a million people. When he had a chance to paint, and pave a good way towards success, he put out something like that and stuff like that. But yeah, I know someone right now is really mad, and like they probably, a lot of you are probably clicked away from afar, like right now you're probably like searching for another podcast and stuff like that, and people are actually angry at this. But we have to be honest, man. Whoever agrees is gonna agree, whoever doesn't agree won't agree. But this is why we have different channels. This is why we have like different podcasts, so that each one has its own vibes, has its own kind of people that are gonna be there, and stuff like that. But I'm speaking from how I've been observing the podcast, from how Soul Penduga and MacG have been speaking about their family and stuff like this, and how good they are, obviously. And it's crazy that now you have something like this that's gonna change the whole entire family. It's gonna load a lot of different people that have different intentions and stuff like that. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, you gotta, if you wanna reach 1 million subscribers, you gotta be able to go far and beyond, and go literally where no one would actually like logically like get to. Like when they were thinking in a sane mind, if they were scared to push the limits, then they're not like really gonna they don't have what it takes to reach the fire and stuff like that. As we know, we've seen it from Hlubi, who pranked Seemah left, right and center, did unspeakable stuff. I remember so many pranks when he kicked her out of the house. So many pranks that were so heartbreaking to watch and so difficult to watch. And it has built up. I don't know whether it built up and actually like gave a result of what is happening right now. But what is happening right now is that they've split. They put out a video out there to speak about their split and stuff like that. Some people still feel like maybe it's a prank and stuff like that, and those are grounded justifications. Like, this is like, if you're thinking like that, it's actually justified as you're thinking like that, because they've done a lot of pranks that you thought that, okay, this is we know you're pranking, but you can't be pranking the whole world and say you've bought something and then like go to live on radio and hold that down, like, and actually like still stick by your words and stuff like that, prank the entire, radio station, prank everyone, in the country. But they've done that, they've done it before, but it's sad to see them come to an end. Yeah. Actually, what's crazy is, like, in as much as I know that they've had their separate ways, I feel sad that Mommy Dearest had to bring herself to this kind of stuff. Like, today it sounds like I'm gonna be speaking some things that a lot of people are not gonna like, but I feel like Mommy Dearest is a great person. She just has that energy that it's just like, it's great. It's bringing out that I'm a good person, good vibes. I deserve to be treated better. And it's crazy that you have this person that didn't appreciate you in the first place, chose someone else over you. And as soon as they're done, they come back to you. And you're quick to snap, and like you're quick to like stand up and come and like do videos whereby you're like you're I don't know, being asked out, pranks like that. But it's crazy. Now you're in the house and stuff like that. It's just it's devaluing the great person you are right now. And I don't know whether she's ever gonna watch this, but I know you guys, a lot of you, maybe you will listen to this and probably you would watch it on YouTube and stuff like that. But maybe you have access to her and stuff like that, you can talk to her. But I don't feel like she should be putting herself in such situations, in such placings and stuff like that, because she's a great person. She's an amazing person. I don't want to doubt that. I've watched a lot of her videos with Ziliwiz and a lot of people, and I've just seen how amazing she is. It's crazy that she will actually like put herself in such a mist whereby it's also gonna hurt Seemah, because they've broken up, but people it takes different time ranges for people to actually move out, like to move on after a breakup and stuff like that. But because Hlubi looks like he has, he's been having an IG, trending, and we've seen videos of Seemah and another dude, I don't know whether the dude was trying to kiss or what, but it groove, and stuff like that. And we've seen because Hlubi also like saying that he's going out on a date and stuff like that. We're not really sure yet whether it's gonna be with Seemah or it's a random new girl, but it looks like all of them are just like moving sideways and stuff like that. And it's crazy because Seemah really liked this dude. If you think about it, if you remember, during the first days, like Seemah was the one that actually like made the move and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess eventually it goes sideways because Tato also had more who actually like made the move, and it was a messy breakup. Someone else just moved before the other, and I don't know, man. It's people from the net move differently, like that is for sure. That is one thing that I say, undoubtedly, like people move in a different way, and I hope to never reach that level whereby I move in a different way. I give me the success. I want the success, but I don't want the change of character and stuff like that. They say his open mic still hasn't paid for Jerusalem, and as a lot of people were mad about this. I myself was mad because I feel like I was that kind of guy who was a stan of Master KG. I was like there saying that no way is that Jerusalem can just like be credited under Namtebo. I don't want to lie. I want to put like out the truth. I felt like it was his, and then we actually heard that it wasn't even his. It was sold somewhere else. Some young kid came out and say that this is actually a tune that I made on my own and stuff like that. And then Master KG too. There was a lot of like stuff that was surrounding Jerusalem and stuff like that. But yeah, as Makazi actually like literally like lately has been going around speaking about open mic, and I guess it's that this whole conversation whereby now Nomcebo has to come back and just like resurrect those bones and stuff like that, and just say, by the way, you guys still hasn't paid me. It's time you actually pay me what is due to me. But yeah, man, I hope they pay Nomcebo Zigo their hair money. And yeah, I just wanna also apologize to DJ Maphorisa. When I made the first, when I made the previous episode, if you haven't listened to it, go ahead and listen to it. I'm sorry. Please don't count me on the people that you're actually gonna sue. But yeah, DJ Maphorisa and Tulupong actually like came out and made a joint statement saying that they are gonna be in everyone's back, whoever has been, spreading false claims about their assault and their arrest of DJ Maphorisa and stuff like that. in a statement whereby they released together. But also the statement in some way, if you have been following Nota and a lot of people, the statement in some way actually says that, it actually is like it's cementing the fact that he actually did what he's being said he has done, and that is crazy because it's crazy. It's like admitting to something in a way, but saying like, if you speak about it, I'm gonna be out for blood and stuff like that. I'm gonna be at your back and stuff like that. But I feel like this is another this is another Sims gamer kind of situation whereby you don't need to come out and say something, but I don't know why celebrities feel like there's a need to actually like come out and clear the air, and then they do, and then they actually like just like put themselves in so much deeper troubles afterwards. Like, it's crazy and everything like that, but not as crazy as how Nandipha appeared on a visual called earlier this week, as Thabo Bester also appeared, and their court case is like ongoing and stuff like that. But it's crazy because she was all looking as beautiful as a lot of people would say out there. And yeah, to say that she's not beautiful, I'm not endorsing what she's actually like doing or what she's being accused of having done. I just want to put out there, I just want to put that disclaimer out there so a lot of you don't get mad. I've already anchored people enough for one episode of a podcast today. But yeah, she had makeup on, she was looking so glamorous and stuff like that, and Thabo Bester was all dressed up, looking fresh and stuff like that. I'm thinking, man, these people actually like control their entire country, bro. Like, you can't be as free as they are. Like, there's something that they actually like, and they are not telling us. Like, they know something that they're not telling us. It's like maybe they know that they're never gonna get arrested. Like, you're never gonna see them actually like rotting in jail. It's crazy. But yeah, what's even crazy is that the advocate that is actually representing Thabo Bester came out and said, basically we have to prove that Thabo Bester is Thabo Bester. And as he might actually like, if people think it's weird that he has to say that, he might actually have a point. The dude doesn't even have an identification document. Like, he was born, and that's all we know. He was born in SA, right? But he's not like at Home Affairs. Like, the documents, they don't have Thabo Bester in the system. Heck, he can be TK. Like, we don't know. For all we know, we've arrested someone who is Thabo Bester. Maybe he can just come out and say, well, I kind of look like a dude, I might look like a dude, but I might be not the dude and stuff like that. And as a lot of other people are actually like saying like the dude actually looks Indian in one video, and in the other pictures or other videos he looks African and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot of different change and range. But it's crazy. Some people think that it's a way to actually like waste time and stuff like that, but he actually has a point. Yeah, we arrested Thabo Bester, but we need to prove that the dude is Thabo Bester. And if the court actually ever accepts that, they're not gonna prove, and dude is probably gonna go out, unless there is a video whereby they're snapping him actually like doing what is said the person did or anything like that. But it's crazy. Even these days we have AI singing Kanye West songs. We have AIs doing Drake singing a Nasty song but a straight voice and stuff like that. We have pictures of the Pope looking drip, looking like a whole new school kind of dude. So he might actually even come out and say that maybe it was manipulated, what you guys are seeing on the net. So I just realized that AI is actually like making stuff really difficult to like to like prove right now. So yeah, I'm not trying to give you, well, if the advocate ever comes across this is not to give you an idea, bro, but he actually like has a point, but like actually has a point, like for real, like actually has a point and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense to actually like dismiss it immediately, but he has a point. And yeah, Thabo Bester actually like denied his identity, and yeah, we don't know, and the new lawyers seeing him for the first time and hearing him talk for the first time, they actually like, yeah, for me, I just want to say like it's the first time I actually like actually heard of Thabo, like actually had Thabo Bester speak. It's actually the first time and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, another crazy case, is that SizokuThola, the people that actually present, or the presenters of SizokuThola, people are not having it. They're actually after them right now, and they want to get them. They're going all out, like, they want to get them. As you know, SizokuThola, for those that don't know, it's a show that is exposing drug dealers in SA, and it's I think it's on Mojo Love, right? And yeah, people are not happy at all. So he's definitely is angering the wrong people. In SA, that two people you don't anger: drug dealers and taxi owners or taxi drivers. Don't anger those. Like, you can play everywhere, bro. You can play everywhere. You can go around and play in other places, but don't anger those two people and stuff like that. But yeah, also they've asked for Thabo Bester. It just came over my mind. They've asked for him to appear live. I'm not really like following the case like that up close, but I don't know whether he has, on the course of the week, actually appeared live. But yeah, hopefully it does, so that you guys can actually like go ahead and then cross-examine like you did to Nandipha, but you told her to actually take off the hoodie, and so that you can see that it's actually Nandipha. Hopefully you have something in your sleeves, that you can tell Bester to actually like do, for you guys to actually know that it's Bester. Hopefully he has a tattoo that other people actually have seen and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy what is happening to the presenters of SizokuThola, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully they're safe, man. Hopefully they have a lot of people that are gonna defend them, because at the end of the day, companies, they just want money, man. Maybe the TV station just wants money, bro. It doesn't care what happens to you. Someone might pull out, and just take your life, and you find someone you to actually present the show, and lives move on, like life goes on and stuff like that. But hopefully they're safe. Hopefully they look out for themselves, and hopefully they're safe. And lately we've been seeing a lot of videos of someone that didn't look safe when they were around Anele Tembe, and we've seen a lot of her videos actually like being, they are recycled in the system. They're back, and as you know, the NPA was actually like asked to actually like reopen the case so that it's persecuted again, and we find out what really happened and stuff like that. Some people are mad. They're actually asking, is it gonna bring back Anele Tembe? Is it gonna bring back AKA, even if we find him to be guilty? Is he gonna be taken out of the grave and actually like persecuted and stuff like that? What's the need and stuff like that? And others came out to say it's for closure for the family, but I'm gonna come out and say something different, man. I think it's gonna help. It's actually gonna help solve the AKA trial as well, like story. It's concurrent, if, and that is an if, followed by an allegedly, and another allegedly, and another allegedly. I hope you guys are actually noting this down, right? I said allegedly, right? I said allegedly. Babe Tembe, I said allegedly, right? If the Tembe family is involved in some way, and they stir this case back up, right, they're gonna find out, right, what happened to Anele, right? And if indeed AKA and another allegedly has been put, they drop Anele Tembe off the balcony, it gives the Tembe family motive, right? Because a lot of people, if you've watched the movies, I watch a lot of movies and a lot of series, I might be wrong, if I repeat, if it so happens that indeed the scratches that were behind AKA's body, as they say, that was hidden in the case when it was when it was being investigated, if they were from Anele, and if he did indeed drop her from the balcony, then the Tembe family has definite motive towards orchestrating an assassination on Forbes, on Keenan, right? And if that happens, now y'all can pay for the father's, life as well. Like, now y'all can prosecute him as well. And if you do prosecute him, maybe skeletons might come out of the closet that were hidden. And as you know, there are a lot of people allegedly that have been accused, right, of actually like being, to sabotage AKA's case, sabotaging a lot of stuff. They are also gonna be brought in. So this is actually a way of bringing yourself down. That is, if, again, allegedly, if they were involved in some way. If they were not involved, then it's not gonna solve the AKA case, but it is gonna bring closure to the family and stuff like that. But it's killing two birds with one stone, man. It might be that kind of situation whereby you're sitting at a branch and you're trying to cut where it's holding on to the tree, right? And you're sitting at the far end and you fall. Definitely gonna fall. And it's gonna backfire, right? That is if they were involved. I have to put it out there, But yeah, Zandie Khumalo said that she is going to show us flames. A lot of people are gonna learn lessons. They're gonna find out who she is. I don't know whether you guys she actually like appeared in court by the time you're watching this episode or you're listening to this episode, but yeah, she was due to appear in court, and Adv Mshololo actually like came out and say that since Zandile asked that when she is actually like coming out there and offering her statement, there are no cameras, there's no broadcasting, there's no live coverage and stuff like that. She said, Adv Mshololo, that is very unfair, especially because these people have had a whole Netflix documentary that was being shared and stuff like that, and they were so eager to share information, and yet now they feel like they are going to be in trouble because Zandile said that she's scared that whatever she says can then trigger a lot of people. Maybe they'll be watching live and they'll rush and wait for her at the front of the court, like just like what they did to Keenan, right? They watched his lives and his stories and they were like, okay, we know where you are right now, we're gonna run to catch you where you are and stuff like that. By the way, it has been said, there's circulating around the internet from accounts that bought verification on Twitter that the gun that was used to end AKA's life has been found, but the SAPs, right, they actually came out and say that it's not true. But you guys are actually like good detectives. Like, we know you guys, you can investigate a case, and heck, you found Thabo Bester in a split second. You found that dude. Like, you found him like faster and stuff like that. But hopefully, maybe this is also another lead. But yes, Zandie Khumalo was scared for her life as well. She feels like if she appears live, people might, be waiting for her and pop her. And a lot of people, including Adv Mshololo, think that that's not a good thing to say. That's not a good reason why it shouldn't be broadcasted, because you've already done it before. Probably they know what you're gonna say. You're gonna repeat the same thing that you did on the documentary. But this could mean that Zandile will change what she's gonna say. Also, if you're listening to this podcast and you've realized that she didn't change anything that she was supposed to say, yeah, it doesn't make sense what I'm gonna say. But what I'm gonna say is that if she changes her statement, and as you know, they and Kelly Khumalo have had their ups and downs, right? They've had their differences there and there, right? If she actually like says something that incriminates Kelly and Chico and all the people that are involved, right, then she might be in trouble, right? And it means like she is now telling okay, allegedly maybe, she will be telling the truth, right? And if she tells the truth, her life is indeed in danger. And for those that are saying, even if it's broadcasted later, Mercy, it's gonna be the same statement, it might put her on trouble, because since she didn't want to like it to be released on like live, but she didn't mind for it to be released later. If you're doing it live, people know where you are, right? But if it's released later, you might be in exile. You might be hiding wherever you can hide, until the cops can take all those people off streets. But we know from what Thabo did, people who can actually orchestrate some stuff still in prison as well, which might still put her in trouble, because we don't know, they can pull some shots from there and there, and send other people out there. But it makes sense what she's saying, right? Because if she's not live, if it's a later, she could be in exile. But if it's live, SizokuThola, people will be there waiting for her. But hopefully she will now come out and say the right thing. It's been a long time since we've been following this case, and it's actually starting to be tiring. I actually see it live on YouTube, because they'll put it at the front, and then they'll say this is what is happening, and I just won't be following. But I will watch the short clips. I will watch and read the news to find out what really happened, and then I will then come out and actually give you the facts of what really happened in a summarized form. But that was what Zandie Khumalo actually pleaded for, that the live coverage is postponed or is recorded, but once live there's a blackout, and then later they can put out the footage and stuff like that. But it's crazy where we've been, and it's just, remember, I don't know whether DJ Somebody's case was it was solved, made a case. I don't know if AKA's case will also be solved. And looking at the fact that it's, I don't know, 2014, since 2014, right? Just look at the years, man. It's almost 10 years right now, and it's crazy. It's 8 or 7, right? It's crazy. And look at what possibly could also happen to the AKA case. It might also drag and stuff like that. And it's said that we've come to a place whereby things like that can actually happen. But I'm asking myself, I'm so fascinated by the Thabo Bester case and him not having an identification document, and I'm how does he go to the bank and prove his residence? How does he get access to accounts, stuff like that? How did he even set up accounts? Or you guys, the banks are just doing it to us, whereby they want us to bring something like certificates, IDs and stuff like that. You guys do the right thing, man. But we have reached the end of this episode. It's a lot of stuff. It's shocking, but I'm also available on YouTube. For those that are listening to the episode, you guys can actually catch the episode as well. It's the same name, Blossom and Bloom Podcast. For those that are actually watching the podcast and they feel like they can't watch for a longer time, they wish to actually sit down and listen to it, I'm available on Apple Podcasts and all other podcast streaming platforms. It's the same name, the Blossoming and Bloom Podcast. Thank you so much to all of you guys, and thank you so much for you guys' consistency in listening to this podcast. I hope there's a lot of stuff that you've learned for this episode. If there's nothing you've learned, I'm sorry, you'll learn next week. So definitely be there next week as well, and watch up until the end. And listen up until the end. I actually have to put those two things concurrently. Say listen, watch, so that I make sure that I cover everyone. But thank you so much to all my listeners, man. You guys have been doing an amazing job this previous week. I think we actually literally were 16 listens in 2 days, and then you guys started dragging your feet. I guess every listener that had subscribed had actually listened to the episode. But thank you so much. You guys, you did an amazing job. Right now we have the episode actually on 26 plays, and that is amazing. And you You guys are dope. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Also, do you guys listen? Do you actually like drink lotion culture? Like, I don't know, man. People are actually like getting a lot of different drinks out there. You know, we have DJ Smooth drink as well, and you know, we also have DJ Duros drink as well. You know, but I have lotion culture. You know, for those that are watching on YouTube, they can see the lotion culture. But for those that are listening, you know, you guys. So let me know, man. I don't know whether I'll put a poll, but you know, eventually I will. You know, please give us those 5-star ratings. You know, please subscribe, and thank you so much. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.